Chicago, homicides are highly concentrated in segregated pockets of the city, areas that are predominantly black. One South Side Chicago priest says it's churches that are part of the problem. One church, St. Sabina, just celebrated its 100th anniversary. As Jessica Gomez tells us, its controversial leader says churches like his need to regain their voice.
100 years after its first service, the congregation at St. Sabina is reminded of its deep roots in this Southside Chicago community.
I represent the Irish Catholics that began the faith community of St. Sabina.
But like the neighborhood in which it stands, the face of St. Sabina has changed over the years. The majority of the congregation here is no longer Irish, it's black.
Everybody is welcome in this sanctuary.
At the helm for more than 3 decades, Father Mike Flager, known just as much for his social activism as his sermons.
Stop the guns, save our son.
Father Mike, as he's known, is often at the forefront of protests against violence, guns, drugs, and racism in one of the most segregated cities in the nation.
If you continue to treat communities like the third world countries and abandon and neglect them, you're going to continue to have the same results.
Father Flager is often flanked by politicians, national civil rights leaders, and celebrities, and has a loyal following here.
My perspective of life, my hope in future is changed simply because of his passion.
We have the power to change the future. We have the power to say, like, hey, that's not okay.
But his methods often ruffle the feathers of city leaders, police, and the Catholic Church. Arrested protesting several times and suspended from the church twice, some accuse the priest of using his platform for attention. Father Flager is unapologetic.
People should sometimes be upset when you walk in the room, because you're going to correct if they say a racist statement. If they're going to dismiss somebody or demonize somebody, you should speak up.
Every Sunday, rallying his soldiers, as he calls them, in a city where violence and murder have become just another weekend.
You can't just tell our brother, stop shooting. You got to give them something to do with their life. And that's the problem in this city. We turned our backs on our children.
It's up to churches like St. Sabina's, Father Flager says, to provide options, job training, education, social outreach, and a call for justice.
We should be the conscience of America that tells America, you are broken. We have seen there's a whole part of America we like to forget that's there, that is prejudiced and racist and dysfunctional. So the church, synagogue, and mosque better be the voice of conscience again and be a prophetic voice instead of a pathetic voice.
The voice of St. Sabina, Father Flager says, is transforming the church back to what it was a century ago, the center of its community.
My hope is that we train people up here and send them out, and hell gets nervous when they walk out of St. Sabina on Sunday.
In Chicago, for matter of fact, I'm Jessica Gomez.